around and provide first aid if they need to. So again, all we know right now is that shots have been fired around Union Station, and Kansas City police say they're trying to clear Union Station right now, and they will release everyone inside the building once that's over. We're not sure who's in Union Station or how it was being used for this big rally, but keep in mind the parking lot is where they set up the big stage for the chiefs to make their speeches. This is video from earlier today. So you can see in the immediate aftermath, all those officers running out, some of them with their guns out already, looking to handle whatever threat they might come across. It seems like the folks on that side of Union Station, kind of on the right side, were a little bit more tense. And the stairs there by the parking lot, looks like there were some officers heading down in that direction. Obviously, an incredibly chaotic scene, and we're being as responsible as we can be and like we should be, not passing along any information that we don't have confirmed right now. So far, what we know is that this is from Kansas City Police. I'll read it as I see it. At the conclusion of the rally, there were shots fired west of Union Station near the garage. They do say several people were struck now. There have been 2 armed people detained for more investigation. This is Kansas City Police saying we need people to exit the area as quickly and safely as possible and avoid the parking garage in order to facilitate treatment of shooting victims. Many of you have footage of many officers securing Union Station. They are working to provide the safety of everyone inside Union Station and expedite care of those injured. So just to recap that, Kansas City Police says at the conclusion of the rally, shots were fired west of Union Station near the garage. Several people were struck. So when you go visit Union Station, that garage you might park in, it's a 4 or 5 level garage that empties out. I believe the 3rd or 4th level is the Union Station side. It seems like that might be what they're referring to. At the conclusion of the rally, shots were fired west of Union Station near the garage. Several people were hit. 2 armed people detained for more investigation at this point, and they're trying to get around to care for people as much as possible. So that was what we were seeing before with those large kind of gator vehicles driving around with the lights and sirens. So at this point, if you're able to get away from that spot, that's a good place. The challenge you might face if you're watching this at home is that there's so many people in one spot, even with a bunch of efforts from local companies and companies from around the nation to boost cell service around Union Station right now, it can still just be really hard to get through to folks. And so generally sending a text message might be best. To try to see if somebody can check in with you just to confirm that they're doing okay and that they're able to get away. Making a phone call right now, it might not get through, and that might not mean anything. It's just because there's still a lot of people trying to get away. Also, if people left towards the end of the rally, they might not necessarily know what's going on right now. So they might not be super sensitive to the fact that you're trying to check in with them as people are making their way up the hill towards a World War I museum and memorial, or even heading back downtown to try to go get their cars and head home. They're going to be locked in gridlock for a little bit. It might it might take them a little bit of time to realize that you'd like to check in with them. But text messages is kind of the way to go. That's the best shot. But Kansas City Police is telling folks to get away as quickly as they can. 2 armed people are detained already. That's the good news. Multiple people were struck, though, with gunfire. So they're being cared for right now by emergency responders. And you can see that parking lot has already emptied out pretty quickly. And from the vantage point that we have, it seems like police have that situation under control right now with those 2 people detained and those officers locking down Union Station. But what Kansas City Police also said is they were working to clear Union Station. That was only a few minutes ago now, about 10 minutes ago. And so police are trying to hold that area down. Kansas City Police also says anybody nearby needs to leave the area as quickly and safely as possible to facilitate treatment of shooting victims. Please avoid the Union Station parking garage area and allow first responders through. We saw a lot of those first responders running around trying to do their job, keep everybody safe and treat the people who need that immediate help. I'm trying to sort out exactly where this is on Union Station. If somebody in the control room could help me, is that the west side of Union Station near the parking garage? I'm having trouble finding kind of markers to figure out exactly what we're looking at. But that is the west side. So what we were just looking at, we lost our shot there. You can imagine the chaos. Here it is. It's back. This is the west side of Union Station. You can see at least 2 of those kind of golf cart vehicles there caring for people and making sure that they're safe. Like we said, Kansas City police told us that multiple people were struck by gunfire that was shot off at the end of the rally at Union Station. 2 armed people are detained right now, but they're trying to give first aid to the people who were shot, those gunshot victims over in that area. 2:15 now on your Wednesday afternoon as we kind of try to get as much information as we possibly can about what happened around Union Station at the end of the Chiefs rally. This is a live look right now, and we apologize if some of the looks are a little bit shaky. Our crews are doing their best to try to make sure that they're doing all right.